Everybody knows that if you surf the web long enough, you'll find some pretty sick shit. This is especially true if you unintentionally dwell into the dark underbelly of the internet. I've seen quite a few things I don't care to admit to, but one thing that I will always remember is a site called normalpornfornormalpeople.com. The first strange thing about the site was that I didn't find it by actually looking for it. It was emailed to me by someone I didn't know. The email went as follows. Hi there. Found this site is very nice, thought you might like. normalpornfornormalpeople.com. Pass it on for the good of mankind. Pretty standard Witten there, though the URL in the last remark really poked my curiosity. I was having a pretty boring day when I got this, so I made sure my antivirus was working, and then I clicked on the link. It was a very average, very generic looking site. It gave the impression that the creators just barely gave a shit about making it look professional. The author seemed to have a very loose grasp on the English language. On the front page was a long, boring, and incoherent rant that I don't remember or have saved. The site had a strange tagline, which even today people haven't figured out the meaning of, which was Normal Porn for Normal People, a website dedicated to the eradication of abnormal sexuality. And from the sound of that, I wasn't sure whether I was here to watch porn or if I had stumbled upon on some kind of exegetics program. But I was here now, and I was very, very curious to see what normal people get their rocks off to. So I scrolled down through the web and found nothing. The page didn't seem to have a link to anywhere else, and I was about to leave when I noticed that every word of the rant was its own hyperlink. So I clicked on one of them and was sent to a white page with a very long list of links in the form of normalpornfornormalpeople.com/random letters. So I stopped for a minute and asked to myself if I really wanted to waste God knows how much time clicking on random links that will likely give me a computer virus that will wreck my computer. I figured I'd just try it for maybe about 5 minutes, just to see if anything came up. I clicked on one of the links and was sent to another page. This page apparently had a totally different URLs than the last one. I was about to say fuck this when I clicked on the third link, and a video download came up. It was called peanut.avi. It was a 30-minute video of a man, a woman, and a dog in a kitchen. The woman would make a peanut butter sandwich, and the man would sit down for the dog to eat. This was all that happened for 30 minutes. It was obvious that the cameraman had to stop filming and wait until the dog was ready to eat again, and the dog seemed rather sick to its stomach by the end of it. Now I know what you're thinking. What the hell did this have to do with porn? And my answer is, I have no idea. I've seen over 24 videos from the site, and the majority of which had no sexual activity at all. After watching peanut.avi, I went on a certain image board where I frequented to play online show and tell with people online, like I always do with weird shit like this. But someone had already made a thread about it. Some guy who received the same layout I did. The message boards got a lot of people with nothing better else to do with their lives dig through the site, and that's how I saw the other videos. Most of those 24 videos were very uneventful and consisted of people talking to the cameraman in a room with nothing in it but a desk and a few chairs. I mean, literally nothing on the walls or in terms of furniture. The whole room had a very cold, bleak feel to it. The conversations were just idle banter about previous jobs or embarrassing childhood memories. I kept expecting some type of discussion about what the people were filming or what the site was about. But of course, there was nothing. You would never know these videos had anything to do with porn if you saw them out of context. Well, I have to admit though, the people who appear in these videos weren't quite attractive, so However, the other videos that actually did feature content which I suppose can be called sexual in a weird, twisted way, is where things got weird. I'll give brief descriptions of the stranger videos. If you're really eaten up with curiosity, you can try to hunt them down on the torrent site. LickedClean.avi, a 10-minute video filmed by a hidden camera in which we see a repairman working on a washing machine for the first 2 minutes. When it's fixed, the repairman talks to the owner briefly and then leaves. The owner checks to make sure that the repairman is gone, and he begins to lick all over the top of the washing machine. This goes on for 7 minutes. Jumbo.avi, a 5-minute video of an obese mime performing his act. It was actually pretty funny, especially one part where he pretends to pull up a tail and then pretends that it breaks because of his weight. In the last 30 seconds of the video, the cameraman cuts to stack briefly and it cuts back to the man sobbing quietly, still wearing the mime outfit and makeup. Some type of obscure fetish, I guess? Diana.avi, 4-minute video in which the cameraman talks to a woman in a room different from the interview room. This room looks like one you find in a normal person's house. Exactly where they are is never specified, as Diana only talks about her violin playing. She obviously plays her violin, but she keeps getting distracted by something. I didn't notice this until someone on the image board thread pointed out, but if you look at the mirror in the background, you see a fat man in a chicken max masturbating. Jessica.avi, another 4-minute cameraman video. This time she's outside a house, talking to another young woman. They talk about canoe rides. The camera zooms out to reveal the city streets behind them occasionally. The strange thing is, no one so far has been able to identify where this street is. Guesses have reached everywhere from Europe to Australia to even the Philippines, but there has yet to be a match for the street shown in the video. Tonguetie.avi, 10-minute video. The first 5 minutes consists of an elderly woman making out with a mannequin. The video cuts out like it did in Jumbo.avi halfway through, and the scene is now a group of mannequins huddled together in a circle around the camera. The lights have been dimmed and the elderly woman is nowhere to be seen. From this point on, there was no sound. Stumps.avi, 5-minute long video where a man with no legs is attempting to break dance on a DDR mat in what looks like the kitten from Peanut.avi, but much dirtier. There's a radio playing music unseen in the background, but starts at the 4-minute mark where the man collapses onto the ground in exhaustion. He breathes heavily and pleads with someone on screen to let him rest. This off-screen person begins to yell insults at the man and tell him to keep dancing, which he does with tears in his eyes. You can hear this off-screen person begin to scream as the video ends abruptly. Privacy.avi, the woman from Diana.avi is masturbating on a mattress in the interview room, while the man from Stumps.avi walks around on his hands while wearing some kind of goblin mask. The door in this room was always closed in the other videos, but it's now open. In this video, the only light is in the room. the hallway is dark. Near the end of the video, you can see an animal quickly run through the hallway. And finally, the last video we uncovered. Useless.avi. In this 18-minute video, a blonde woman from one of the previous interview videos is tied down to a mattress in the interview room. She attempts to scream, but her mouth is taped over. After 7 minutes, a man in a black suit and a white mask opens the door, but he does not enter. He holds the door open for the animal that was running in the hall in the previous video. It was revealed to be an adult chimpanzee. Its hair was shaved and its entire body was painted red. It seemed it was starved and abused, with several wounds among its shoulders and back. When its chimp enters the room, the masked man closes the door behind it. The chimpanzee sniffs the air for a moment. It might have been blind. It noticed the woman tied to the mattress. It goes into a frenzy, begins to maul her. The assault goes on for a grueling 7 minutes, until the woman finally dies in pain and agony. The chimp eats the flesh from her corpse for 4 minutes as the video ends. The thread exploded with activity after this video was recovered, and the people discussed it long into the night. When I came back to the image board the next day, I found that the thread was deleted. I tried to start another one, but they banned me. I tried emailing the guy who sent me the chain letter with the site's URL. Sent him 5 messages and never got a response. I have tried to discuss this website on various places, and I frequently got banned. The website itself was also deleted about 3 days after useless.avi was discovered, likely because someone contacted the authorities about it. The only proof that normal porn for normalpeople.com ever existed was a few screen taps people took, and the videos from the site that people saved and uploaded on torrents. The most popular ones being useless.avi, which found its way onto a few gore sites. Whatever you upload them to, though, all the videos from normal porn for normalpeople.com get deleted after a while.